All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the TriHealth meditation series. My name is Caroline Rotz. I'm one of our wellness and coaching coordinators with TriHealth Corporate Health. I'm going to be going through this session of our meditation series with you guys. This is going to take, like I said, I know we're scheduled till 7, but we'll be done in 30 minutes or so. Give you the gift of time at the end here. But what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about specifically this kind of meditation, breath awareness. We'll do a guided meditation all together, and we can kind of reflect on that and see what your experience was like, what that was for you. Let's get started by actually I kind of want to hear a little bit from you guys, do a little quick poll in the room. What is your guys' experience level with meditation? Has anybody never meditated before, ever? Okay, awesome. Got a beginner. Everyone else, you've tried it out before, but maybe you don't practice or do a lot of meditation. Where do you guys fall?
Like
the Calm app?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Anyone else? Yeah.
I mean, I've tried it 1 or 2 times, but
Okay.
more of like maybe this would be left in my head, so yeah, I need to realize.
Yeah. That is a big challenge in meditation, not to focus on a to-do list, but something that definitely gets better with practice. So, okay, awesome. So in this series, and if you has anyone attended another session of this here at this location? Okay. Everybody's new here. Wonderful. So these are some other types of meditation that have been reviewed in this series. But yeah, there's tons and tons out there. Does anyone do like a specific kind of meditation, like on your Calm app? Do you like to do a specific type, or what have you tried, if you've tried anything? Sleep. So meditation for sleep, absolutely. Anything else different that you guys have tried? The body scan, yeah, that's a really great one. Actually, for sleep, that's a good one for sleep, for sure. Okay, awesome. We've talked a little bit too about barriers of like in your mind, being in your head. That does come with practice. All right, so today we're going to be learning, like I said, about a specific kind of meditation called breath awareness. Really, this is the simplest form of meditation that there is, but as many of us know, simple does not always mean easy. So, we have talked in previous sessions before about meditation. It's really about training the mind, right? So just like you come probably here to train your muscles in your body, meditation is that kind of mind training. And so just like with our muscles and with our bodies training, the stronger we will get with more practice with consistency and practice with meditation. So I want to talk about monkey mind a little bit. So this is a premise in the Buddhist tradition that is, they call the monkey mind is like the distracted brain, right? So if you think about this mental image of a monkey like jumping around, rattling in a cage and, screaming to get out, making lots of noise, that's what our distracted brain is like. At least that's kind of the concept here. And this is a lot of times what happens in our distracted brain. We go from idea to idea. We jump from to-do list item to to-do list item, get distracted from one thing we were doing, by another thing that we feel like we need to do. This world that we live in that's full of distraction and stimulation and a lot of multitasking doesn't always help us with this monkey mind. But meditation is how we can learn to tame that monkey mind and simply observe the thoughts that we have without reacting. So this idea that we can be an observer of our thoughts, it's really very powerful, right? So many folks, when they start meditation, they think, I have to clear my mind of all thoughts. When in reality, it's truly an impossible ask of yourself. That's not how our minds work. Thoughts and feelings are going to inherently come in. And so the idea with meditation and with breath awareness meditation is we're just observing the thought. We're an observer of that thought without any judgment, without any criticism of ourselves. We're just observing without reacting to that thought. And this can be a real game changer for people to kind of think of it in that way. So in our breath awareness meditation, when a thought comes in, we can simply observe that thought and come back to the breath. We don't need to react to the thought. We just observe it, come back to our breath. Our breath is always there to ground us. So it's a good regulator in that way. It keeps us in the present moment. So here's an example for you. So if you're in that meditation, I'm not kidding, this is like in my notes already, and your to-do list pops up. I'm sorry I didn't make that up for you today. Your to-do list pops up. You might start thinking about all these things that you have to do, feeling like, gosh, I don't have time to meditate, I don't have time to do this, I need to get moving on that to-do list. And we get up, we react to that thought by getting up and starting work on that to-do list. However, an alternative is, when that to-do list is popping in your brain, we can simply acknowledge that it's there without reacting, without stressing, and just simply come back to our breath. Know that you don't have to react in that very moment. And the more that you can do this, the more you can practice this, the less reactive that you'll be in really all areas of your life. Just being able to take a breath and respond in a way that's more productive and less stressful is a way that we think we could all benefit from at times. So there's so many benefits to meditation, and everything that you see listed on this slide here, is evidence-based. We wouldn't put it up here otherwise. So there's lots of research backing the benefits of meditation, including decreasing that stress, improving our clarity and focus, improving that attention span. It's been shown to reduce age-related memory loss, improve sleep, help us to manage pain. It can help lower blood pressure, reduce anxiety, enhance emotional health, and then has even been used in some studies to help with some addictions. Now, some people, when they do meditation, they might experience other benefits. You might not experience these types of benefits. These are the most common. So some things to look forward to if you're newer to practice, some things that hopefully you're already experiencing if you are already practicing. Okay, so today we're going to do a 7 to 8-ish minute breath meditation. Might go a little bit longer. What I want you to do is work to watch the breath and not try to change anything. So this can be kind of difficult. We might naturally want to react to that breath by, trying to breathe more smoothly or more deeply. But in this practice, we're just trying to watch that natural breathing pattern without really changing it. So that's the first part. The second part is to try and stay in the present moment and not get swept away with our thoughts. So remember, it's natural to have thoughts and to have things pop in our head, but we can just observe them, acknowledge, I started thinking about my to-do list. Let me come back to my breath. Without judgment, without criticism. You're not failing if that happens. That might happen to you 20 times, in our 7 to 8 minute meditation. It can happen a lot. The key is, and the focus should be on just coming back when that happens, coming back to that breath. Trying not to react to that thought. I know, it's really easy, right? That was sarcasm. It's not easy. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I'd like you to do is find your comfortable position, make sure that you're nice and comfortable in your seat, feeling grounded, feeling secure, wherever you're the most comfortable, however seated is the most comfortable. Seated is recommended for this exercise just to help you keep your body awake, so to avoid us falling asleep here. We'll take one nice deep breath in and exhale. And as you exhale, go ahead and allow those eyes to close if you're comfortable with it. And let's start by releasing any expectations that you might have for this meditation. For the next 8 minutes, there's no problems to solve, nothing special to accomplish. Just be here in this moment. Begin by watching your breath and becoming an observer. No need to change anything. Just notice the movement of the breath as it flows in and out. Notice the quality of your breath. Notice the ebb and flow. Notice the movement that the breath creates in the chest and in the belly. Notice the sensation of the breath as it comes into the body, and follow it. Notice how the breath feels coming in and out of your nose. Bring awareness to any temperature differences in your nose as you inhale and exhale. Maybe it's cooler as you inhale and warmer as you exhale. Visualize how the breath moves through the lungs. Create an awareness of the breath coming in through your nose, down the back of your throat, filling up your lungs, then going to every cell of your body, into your legs, all the way to the tips of your toes. From the lungs, the breath goes out into the arms, into the hands and the fingers. The breath is traveling from the lungs into the neck, the head, the eyes, the ears, and the brain. The breath nourishes every single cell in the body. Allow the breath to travel wherever it needs to go throughout the body. Take a moment to be an observer of the breath, watching it flow in and out of the body. Be aware of the natural pace of your breath. If your mind begins to wander, just observe the thought and gently bring your attention back to your breath. When having more focus and attention on the breath, you might notice you want to change how you're breathing. Maybe taking a fuller breath or a deeper breath. Allow the breath to do what it wants in this moment, whatever is right for you. Continue to follow your breath in and out. Feel the breath easily coming and going as you inhale and exhale. Sometimes it's helpful to label the breath as inhale and exhale to give the mind something a little more concrete to focus on. Follow your breath from the beginning of inhalation all the way through to the very end of your exhale. If your mind begins to stray or you become distracted with a thought, simply observe the thought. No need to attach to or react to the thought right now. just come back to the breath. Follow the breath in as you inhale, and follow the breath out as you exhale. Continue to follow the breath on your own for the next few moments, and I'll let you know when time is up. Take the last few moments here to acknowledge and give gratitude for the breath you have, the life force that your breath provides. Let's do one last slow, deep inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, gently open your eyes and bring any movement back to your body. Okay. Let's talk about that a little bit, if you guys don't mind. What was that like for you? Similar, different than what you've tried before? Easier, harder? What did you guys think of specifically this type of meditation?
There's a myriad of distractions.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything, what kinds of distractions were you running into?
Just stuff.
Yeah. Like thoughts? Distracting thoughts?
Yes.
Yeah. 100%. Like I said, that's the nature of our mind. It doesn't sit still very well. So yes, that is something that definitely comes with practice, is reduction in those thoughts. But again, the expectation isn't that we have no thoughts. The expectation is that, or the goal is to just come back to the breath when we notice those thoughts. What else? What did you guys experience?
This setting is easier for me to
Okay.
focus on the breath and being calm, fixing off that.
Yeah.
In the group setting, somehow it's just more focus, and with your voice, like bringing me back to focus on my breath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and maybe there's there's not the context of like any kind of expectation of you here versus like at home. I imagine maybe things like things to-dos around the house or something like that might come up, or family might need something, friends might need something, and here you're just expected to do what you'd like to do and attend, and that's a really good point about the setting and how that can impact us. Absolutely. Either of you two have any different experiences or anything like that?
I've been doing meditation for a while, but at the same
Yeah.
time I have a hard time finding time's not the right word, because I'm on my cell phone instead of meditating. Prioritizing it. But
Yes.
I did struggle initially with avoiding the distraction, and it does become a lot easier the more I do it.
The more you do it. Good, good. That's a good kind of testimonial. It does get better. It does get easier. Yeah, I 100% hear you. It's like there's so many things in my life where I'm like, "Ugh, I just don't have time to do that, or never feel like there's enough time." And then you're totally right. When I reflect, I'm like, but I spent probably how many hours on my phone collectively and doing that kind of stuff. So, yeah, we always say as part of this series, even if it's 2 or 3 minutes, you can accomplish a lot. You can definitely relax and do some deep breathing, some meditation in just that small time frame and experience those benefits. So sometimes that's a lot easier of a pill to swallow than even like a 7 to 8 minute one, if you think you only have to set aside those couple minutes. Or, it can also be done in a little easier of settings, maybe like, obviously don't close your eyes while you're driving, but, if you're at a stoplight, taking a few mindful deep breaths or things like that can definitely be helpful if you're feeling crunched for time. Anything else?
I noticed a couple times, I don't know if this is a plus or a minus, but a couple times I felt my head starting to droop.
Yeah. Like sleepy, like did you feel sleepy?
No.
No, just relax. Then, to me, I feel like that's just relaxed.
At
Yeah.
some point I just became aware of it.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, to me, that just tells me your body was relaxing. So I don't think that's a negative at all. That's cool that you were aware of it. You could notice that in that moment. It tells me you were being attentive and mindful too, paying attention to how your body was feeling. So very cool. And that to me is also a good indication that, if you're ever feeling like you need to relax, meditation might be a good tool for you. Clearly it can be helpful. Fantastic. So let me show you guys some great apps and resources here. So Calm app was already mentioned. That's a great one. It sounds like you like it. I've heard really good things about Calm. I've also heard great things about Headspace, Insight Timer, 10% Happier, Stop, Breathe and Think. I've used a couple myself too, but I hear overwhelmingly from people that they really like those. So if you're looking for anything new with your meditation, or if you want to if you want to try something and get an app, those are really, really good ones. There's also some online resources. Mindful.org is a great site. The Greater Good Science Center, of UC Berkeley is a really cool resource. And then I know it's, pretty plain and simple, but good old YouTube has lots and lots of content on there. When it comes to meditation, just a simple search and you can find pretty much any type of meditation, any length of meditation. If you have preferences about, if it was a guided imagery and you wanted specific imagery, you can find anything that you want pretty much on good old YouTube. And just to kind of continue with this wrap up here, as we've already said a few times, practice. Even again, if it's a couple minutes a day, you will notice an improvement in your ability to tune out those thoughts, tune out those distractions, an even better ability to just come back to what you're wanting to observe, your breath or whatever your focal point is. Just also, a important PSA, there's no right or wrong way to meditate either. So a lot of times we get caught up in this idea that I'm doing it wrong, or I suck at this, I fail at this. I've heard people say those kinds of things when it comes to meditation, and the truth is, if it's if you're enjoying it, if it feels good, if you're finding that you're getting that relaxation and the benefits that you want from it, if it's helpful to you, then you're doing a really great job. So keep that in mind. Any questions or comments, anything before I let you guys get going?
So I've been on the Headspace and Calm app
Yeah.
for a long time, and I noticed there are a lot of different selections.
Yeah.
And the only time I find myself, convenient or available is around that time to
Yeah.
do a little bit of meditation.
Yeah.
And I always go for the sleep meditation because I really want to fall asleep fast.
Yes. Yes.
And I missed the chance of doing other type of, meditation out there.
Sure.
Do you recommend other things before bedtime? Will that affect
Yeah.
sleep? Or?
Yeah, no, I think trying different ones before bed would be awesome. As we mentioned, I think you mentioned Body Scan. That's a great one for going to sleep because it really focuses on relaxing the body. Progressive muscle relaxation is similar to Body Scan. Actually, I'm gonna just pull that slide back up, that second slide, because it had a bunch of them listed on here. Yeah. So body scan, progressive muscle relaxation are very focused on relaxing the body, so paying attention to how, the different experiences you're having in your body. And relaxing them, which is great for sleep because sometimes it's a lot harder to intentionally turn our mind off than it is to kind of turn our mind towards our bodies and relaxing that part of our body. Another good one that I really like is guided imagery. So that is the practice of, really immersing yourself mentally in like a sensory experience. So, a lot of, I feel like the cliche is going to the beach, right? But really focusing on, what would I see if I was at the beach? How would I feel? What would I feel? The sand on my toes, the warmth of the sun. What do I smell? What do I hear? And, kind of being, if it's a guided one, just being walked through that experience. And I really just personally enjoy that one too. So that's another very different one that you can try. Visualization's kind of similar to guided imagery as well, if you like that kind of sensory experience. So yeah, try them out.
That sounds like creating a distraction.
You think it sounds like creating a distraction? Interesting.
Well, am I wrong?
No. So if this is your first experience with meditation, breath awareness being your first experience, that is a super simple form of meditation. So meditation is really, in a nutshell, the definition, the practice of focused awareness and focused attention, right? So with the things like guided imagery, we're focusing our attention on this visual experience, or it's not visual, but sensory experience that we're having in our brain, our minds. It's a pretty cool hack, kind of cool biohack, is that to our brains, the experience of being at the beach versus thinking about all those little details we would experience when we were at the beach, it's the same thing to our brains. We're basically there. So, I mean, if that was something, the other thing to keep in mind, as I said, there's no right and wrong with meditation, and there's all kinds of different meditations. Different things work for different people. So if you were to listen to a guided imagery meditation and you were like, this is way too much, it's too much going on, this isn't helpful to me to relax, it feels too distracting, it feels like I have to think about a lot, that's totally valid. A lot of people enjoy that kind of mental escape. And being sort of transported to somewhere. Maybe it's a setting that they've had a really great experience in, a hike that they went on at one time that was really awesome, or again, a beach, or just a relaxing place at home. A lot of people like that mental escape to that place of relaxation and find focusing their attention on that is relaxing and helpful. So it's really, I guess, long story short, to each their own is the answer. Yeah.
What's the relaxing under pressure one?
So relaxing under pressure, we did a couple of short, couple of minute, 2, 3, 4, 5 minute meditations that were really, we did a breathing technique. So we did what's called 4-7-8 breathing. And then, oh gosh, I can't remember the second one. No, that was a visualization. I can't quite remember the second one. Oh, it was a combination of mindfulness and body scan meditations. But those were, so the premise with that was what can we do that's kind of, again, shorter time frames, and then you can do anywhere, especially if you're feeling that pressure, feeling like maybe you just had some big stressor put on your plate, or just feeling really overwhelmed. What's something we can do quickly, just a few minutes, to kind of relax our body. So it was a 4-7-8 breathing, which is an inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7, and exhale for 8. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one to have in your back pocket. Great questions, you guys. I welcome all discussion. Anything else I can answer for you? Other comments?
Would you recommend sitting, sleeping position?
Yeah, I think it just kind of depends on, where you're at. Like, if you're using meditation to go to sleep, which is something a lot of people do, and it's a great tool for that, then, you want to be laying down and relaxed. Some people want to just pull like a few minutes during their lunch break at work. And so in that case, while you want to relax, you might not want to lay down and risk falling asleep entirely or something like that. So I think it would just depend kind of on where you're you're at and what you're okay with. If you did want to lay down and just do a short meditation, like I've known people to do that at work, and I think it's pretty cool. Doing things like just setting an alarm for yourself in case you do doze off, so that you're not out for 30 minutes and don't realize it. But yeah, if all things are equal and it doesn't matter whether you fall asleep or not, I personally prefer to lay down, honestly, so I can just totally relax, because I spend a lot of my day sitting at the desk, and so sitting sometimes gives me a little bit of back pain, so I like to relax and just totally lay down if I can. Yes. Yeah. Yes, of course. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all the questions and comments and discussion. I didn't get that all the time, so it's awesome. Thank you guys. Again, let me pull up my email. If you guys have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, have a great rest of your night. Enjoy.